Hello, everybody, and welcome to So Practical, So Fun, Part 2 of the Singer Heavy Duty 8832 sewing machine. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you all the features of this machine and how to make different adjustments so that each project you work on comes out perfectly. In Part 1, I showed you how to thread the machine and wind and install the bobbin. If you haven't watched that video, please jump over there and watch that first. It's very important that this machine is threaded exactly the way the manufacturer wants it done. Otherwise, you could have problems with your sewing machine. So let's jump right in. At the top of this machine, there are 3 dials: tension, needle position, and stitch width. So let's first go over the tension dial. You'll notice that number 3, 4, and 5 have a line between them that if I go to the other numbers, there's no line. This line is your guide on where to start your tension. That's the normal range. If you have any issues with the tension being imbalanced, you can drop this down to a lower number or a larger number. Just make small adjustments here. The next dial is the needle position. You'll use this a lot when you use a zipper foot. The first option shows the needle all the way to the right, and you'll see this little oval here has a dot that's all the way on the right side. The middle option is the needle in the middle. This is where you're going to want to keep your needle position for general sewing. And then the left option is the needle all the way to the left. You'll notice that this oval here has a dot. That's showing you this oval on the general presser foot. So all the way to the left would be the needle lining up here with this opening, and then the middle would be right with this in the middle of the oval. And then all the way to the right would be the needle going all the way to the right of this little opening here. The last option is the stitch width, and you'll see this diagram next to it. A 0 would be a straight stitch. And then as you move these numbers larger on the width, the zigzag stitch will get wider, with number 2 being a very narrow zigzag, and number 6 going all the way up to the widest zigzag possible. You'll be using this adjustment with any stitch that's not a straight stitch. And then when you do the widest zigzag possible, that's going to be the widest part of this oval opening in your presser foot. That's going to be the max width of zigzag that you can do. This gray dial on the top is an adjustment to the pressure that your presser foot will have. So if I follow this arrow towards the plus and I turn it clockwise, the foot will push down more firmly on the fabric. If I turn this all the way and follow the arrow towards the minus symbol, the foot will not press down as hard. This is great when you're using really lightweight fabrics. You'll want to keep this right at the center lined up just like this, and then you can adjust it one way or the other using slight adjustments and testing it out on a scrap piece of fabric to see how your fabric moves through the machine. You'll notice that in the bobbin winding area, there's this little white stopper and it has a screw right here. This is so that you can fill the bobbin more or not as full by adjusting this automatic stop. Unscrew this just a little bit and then rotate it out, and you'll see that it will fill the bobbin more. As I put the bobbin on here and click it over, you can see that there's still a lot of room in this bobbin. I can really fill it more full. But you don't want to go past the plastic edge. You always want the thread to be inside this plastic edge. There's a lot more room here, so I'm going to rotate this over and then tighten it while I'm holding it so that it doesn't move. And I can test it by putting the bobbin on here and clicking it over, and then I'll be able to see exactly where it's going to stop. This hole back here is for an extra spool of thread. The machine comes with this little gray spool. It's designed to fit right into this hole here and hold it securely. This is for a second spool of thread. You could use this to wind the bobbin without unthreading the top of the machine. Or if you're going to use a double needle, this is how you would use 2 spools of thread at once. This adjustment on the right side of the machine is for the buttonhole feature. I can turn this towards the minus, which will make the stitching tighter, or I can turn it towards the plus, and that will make the stitching looser. You want your buttonhole to look balanced on both sides. So keep this at the center, and if it needs to be adjusted, just do slight adjustments up or down so that your buttonhole looks perfect. This is pretty involved, so I actually did a whole separate video on just this adjustment. Please see the description below for that video. Turn the machine around the back and remove the accessory compartment. You'll see a toggle switch right here. This is to lower the feed dogs. The feed dogs move the fabric, so if I lower these, you'll see these metal teeth drop down below the throat plate and out of the way. Now when I sew, the fabric will not move. You'll use this to sew on buttons, and you can also use this as a free motion embroidery option. So if I click this back to the right, you'll notice the feed dogs didn't jump back up. That's normal. Just use the hand wheel on the side and turn it all the way down and all the way back up so that the needle will go all the way down. And as it comes back up, you'll see those feed dogs also jump back up. And then I can click this over again and you'll see they drop out of the way. This is very easy to use. If your fabric ever doesn't run through the machine correctly, double check that this didn't get pushed over. Changing out the presser feet is very easy. This machine comes with 4 of the most common feet that you'll need. The standard foot is for the majority of your standard sewing. Then you have the buttonhole foot, the button foot, which has this little rubber part to hold the buttons in place when you sew them, and the zipper foot that you can switch sides depending on which side of the zipper you're sewing. To switch out the feet, just use this little metal lever. Push it in and the foot will drop away. Then you're going to line up this bar here on any of the feet with this little notch right here. Just line it up and then drop the shaft down, and once it lines up, the foot will click into place. You may need to move the foot forward or backwards just a little bit to get that bar perfectly lined up. This machine comes with a really handy guide bar. If you're doing embroidery or you need to space out your stitches further than your throat plate measurement, attach this bar. To insert it, there's a little notch right below this little black piece of plastic here. You can just slide it right in. There is one flat part on this that will lock into place. So you can get the guide bar exactly where you want it and then just lightly push down and it'll click into place. Then to adjust it, lift it up, slide it over, and then drop it down again and it'll lock into place and stay there while you're sewing. There are 2 dials in the front that work together to create the stitch you want to do. For instance, the buttonhole, you're going to set this top stitch length to the dial of 1, and you can see the little buttonhole icon here. Then the bottom stitch selector, you will also set it to the buttonhole. This upper dial will set the stitch length. 0 will make the sewing machine stitch in place. And then 1 will be a very tight stitch, and you can go all the way up to number 5 for a very open stitch like basting or gathering. In addition to these dials, you also have the blue S1 and the red S2. These will make the stitch selector match that color. So if I change this to blue on the top, and then I move the stitch wheel on the bottom, you'll see it's going to stitch this blue option. And now if I switch it to red, it'll be the red stitch that's lined up at the top here. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss part 3. We're going to explore every stitch that this machine offers, how to master them, and exactly which projects they will work for. Happy sewing!